everybody, welcome to Fit 4 Nights. This is installment number 4 in our Trail to Road series, and today we're going to talk about what we're going to do with our home base situation, I guess is the best way to put it. You know, a couple of years ago, the whole epidemic thing actually kind of changed our minds on where we sat with keeping a home base. Prior to that, we were all about the whole minimalization bit and getting rid of the house and just living in the motorhome and until life changed. And then the pandemic, epidemic, whatever you want to call it, no politics please, that happened, and it kind of showed a need, whether you agree with the whole situation or not, it still showed a need for having a home base.
Let's get down.
And so that leads us to where we're at with our current home. Our house is paid off, has been paid off for a long time.
Which is why we were able to get our first Class A.
Yes.
We didn't have a mortgage. We had all this money that, I mean, we could have, fixed up the house, but we haven't grown up enough to do stuff like that.
No. And honestly, for the last 10 years of my career, I have been beyond busy at work, and our camping trips over the past several years have been a release for me. So working on the house, doing upgrades on the house was like the last thing I really wanted to do after putting in 70 hours during a week at work. So that kind of leads us down where our thought process is right now as far as maintaining a home base. Now keep in mind, maintaining a home base and traveling is an expensive ordeal. It's actually cheaper for us to sell the house and live out of the motorhome. I've done the numbers on it several times, back when we were talking about doing this. And, if we keep a house, we've got the electric bill, we've got the insurance, we've got the, property taxes, water,
the upkeep.
Yeah, just standard upkeep. Those are expenses that we would not have if we moved into the motorhome and traveled. So by keeping a home base, we're actually, it does, that's one of the factors behind us not being full-time once I retire. Now, our plan, today's plan, keep in mind this plan has changed. Our current plan, keeping in mind that, this could change, and it has changed over the couple of years. The current plan is to renovate the house that we live in right now, which involves kitchen cabinets, siding outside, and upgrading the 2 bathrooms. Things that I would have done if I didn't work 70 to 80 hours a week over the last 10 years. Things that would have happened over the last 10 years anyway. But it's in preparation to sell the house. Now, are we going to sell the house? She don't know. I have been looking at land, because the city we live in, the small town we live in, it's a small town with a large town population.
Mm-hmm. It's 2 miles by 4 miles?
5.
Or 6, then it's 6. It's an even number.
Is it?
Yeah, so probably 2 by 6.
Yeah,
Very small town.
Yeah, that is overpopulated. Improper city planning however you want to look at it, it is just overpopulated. It's terrible just to drive down the one street going through town. You know, to go those 6 miles takes 15, 20 minutes on some days. And I know some of you folks that live in bigger cities are like, wham, wham, boo,
Yeah.
But I mean, we moved out here because it was a quiet, small town. And it's no longer a quiet, small town. I mean, go figure. We've lived here for 32, 33 years. So I'm looking at some land out, further out. We do have obligations, you know, as far as family obligations. So we want to stay in the area. But we're looking at property that I can buy right now, because let's face it, if I buy the property now and we do nothing with it, we can sell it and most likely make a profit off of it.
Well, and the family, by the way, family is moving further north, and guess what's further north? Stillwater.
Yep. Which is where I'm looking, is up around Stillwater. It puts us close to college campus that we like to go to during, you know, October, November, December,
January,
August,
February, March,
September,
April, May.
We like it
Nice
up there.
town.
We like it up there. So we're looking at buying some land up there, and when we finish renovating this home, then we can sell this place and possibly build us a barndominium. You know, which is, for those who aren't familiar with barndominiums, I don't know how you can't be, but
It's a new big thing.
it's been a big thing for a couple of years, and it's but it would afford us the ability to have a small square footage of a home inside a barn, a
Exterior.
garage, shed, whatever type exterior, and then also have the shop area large enough so that we can park the motorhome undercover.
Some people actually get a big, like, empty building type thing, and they park their camper inside of it.
Which is not totally out of the question. But that's what we're looking at doing.
That's wear and tear on the camper. To me, that's the downside on that.
Right.
Campers aren't really made to last.
And I mean, so talking about the barndominium thing, I mean, the original idea was just like a bathroom and a kitchen or something, you know, inside the barn, and then we'd live out of the motorhome. But like she's talking about, then we're adding more wear and tear on a motorhome, because let's face it, the campers are not designed for people to live in, or they're not built. Excuse me.
Right. People do great, but
yeah, but they're not built
Right.
for us to live in.
Right.
We modify them. Us weirdos that like to live in the campers, we make adjustments along the way and make them livable. But if we were to build a barndominium, we'd want a larger living space so that we could get out of the motorhome and give it a break. Not so much us, because I mean, we enjoy it. But give it a break, and all of that would be less than what this home would sell for. It would cost us less money to do that than what this home would sell for that we live in right now. Yes, it will. All of that, it ends up net at the end of the day. We don't have a house payment. We're not going to have a payment on the land or the house if we move, if we follow through with this plan.
in my opinion, there's one negative to selling the house, and that's the memories.
We've lived in this house
Since 1993.
92.
Okay.
May of 1992 was when we moved into this house. So that's a couple of years. That's moving into 32 years now that we've lived in this house.
Maybe you have. I am not that old.
All the kids grew up in this house. This is the only house that the kids remember,
One
as
of
a
them
matter
was
of
born
fact.
here.
One of them was born,
While we lived here. 94.
well, yeah. very shortly after we bought this place.
I know it's 94. I was there.
Were you?
Yeah.
No, I was just anyway. So yeah, there's a lot of memories in this house. But like I said, the town is bulging at the seams. It'll be hard one way in leaving this place. In another way, I think it will be a bit of a relief. The benefits of us getting a piece of property, it allows us to stretch our legs a little bit.
There's been a little bit of consideration of renting this out too.
There has been. The thing is, when I retire, I'm so tired of work. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired of work. Put in 70 to 80 hours a week. I'm going to beat that horse
I'm telling you.
to death. I'm just going to keep beating that horse.
I think at least 3 times.
But, I mean, I need a break. And renting a house is work. Mm-hmm. Unless you
pay somebody to
rent your... And I don't know. That just... I don't like that idea even then. So... But unless we were to rent it to one of the kids, and then we wouldn't be able to rent it for that much.
Sure.
But that's where we are as far as our living situation. As much as we'd like to move into the motorhome and live there full time, it's not the right time of our lives to do that. We've got a lot of obligations. With our parents, with our kids. It's just responsibilities and obligations still haven't gone away.
Well, and you make it sound like, I don't like the word obligations, because I mean, I anyway enjoy being around them and
I'm not including that. I'm not including any of that.
Oh, you're talking about parents and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the obligations. Mm-hmm. The rest of it is stuff that people forego or not.
Sure. My brother-in-law needs a driver sometimes and stuff like that. Yeah.
So I mean,
stuff we enjoy doing, but
we've got to be here for it.
Yeah.
We got. You know, I plan on my vision. That's why I got my glasses on today.
I have no vision because I forgot to clean mine before the video.
She never cleans hers.
I was going to.
Do you even know how? My vision is renovate a room, hit the road.
So you're wanting to do it one room at a time?
Yeah.
You hadn't told me that. That's interesting.
Like the kitchen
It'd be
is
fun. It'd be fulfilling. Feel good to see it's done.
Yeah. No, the kitchen is first. The kitchen has been.
So we don't have cabinet doors on most of the cabinets in our kitchen. Not most, on a lot of the cabinets in our kitchen.
We started a project years ago, and
it was a pretty cool project.
Yeah, and in just the way we function around here, we never finished that project.
When it's time to finish the project, we're like, that or camp. You know what we choose.
So yeah, the kitchen's first up on the list. To renovate that kitchen, I don't know how long that's going to take. Hopefully not too long, because we really can't afford to go out to eat every night of the week. So.
Oh, we get to go out to eat every night of the week that you're working on that.
I don't know.
May have to find a monkey wrench somewhere around here.
Well, we got the monkeys. But yeah, we'll do the kitchen first, and then we have the road trip in April. The road trip, which is technically kind of like the last vacation, because that's how we're treating this upcoming road trip. It's like a vacation. The road trips following that are gonna be less like vacations and just we're
like getting out. Let's call it getting out.
Yeah, that's our plans for the sticks and bricks. We're gonna keep the sticks and bricks for a bit, For the foreseeable future, we're keeping the sticks and bricks. Whether it's this stick or that brick, who knows? Because we don't know either. But anyway.
But we might go live in the sticks.
And throw a few bricks. We'll catch y'all down the trail.